Creating your organization's hierarchy in CentrixOne allows groups of users to have access, or limited access, to various modules, functions, and permissions. This provides a layer of security, as well as flexibility in multiple cases. For example, superiors are able to access their team's data, but not vice versa. And data from different teams can be kept separate. In summary, a hierarchy allows us to control who can view which modules, and whose accounts, contacts, tasks, lists, and opportunities. Hierarchy can be managed in the Settings module. Under Users, in the Hierarchy tab. To manage the team structure, we can click and drag the users under their different teams or superiors. For example, the team lead will report to the director, while all the sales reps are managed by the team lead. By organizing the users as such in the system, the hierarchic superiors will have a view on their team's data. This is especially relevant when it comes to the user's permissions. Even if the team lead does not have access to all accounts, contacts, or the possibility to assign to all users, he will still be able to view and manage his team's data with the current hierarchy. The hierarchic superior can also be assigned here. Let's now review user groups and permissions. User groups are roles within the organization and can be managed by clicking on the Manage Roles button. Here we can edit existing roles by clicking on the pen icon. New roles can be created. Roles can also be deleted by checking the box and clicking on the Delete button. The roles created here are what appear in the hierarchy. As well as in the title or role drop-down. Back to the User Groups and Permissions tab. Once we are satisfied with our user groups, we can manage their permissions. Permissions are categorized in 4 different columns: read, write, add, and delete. Read allows the user to see the data. Write enables them to edit existing data. Add grants the user permission to add new data, whereas delete authorizes them to erase information. With these 4 columns, we can manage which modules of the system we wish for our users to have access to. In some modules, such as the dashboard, data is only viewed, and not edited, added, or deleted. In this case, only the read column is active. Let's go ahead and manage our permissions for our first user group. Let's start with the director level. This user group should have access to everything. We can go ahead and activate all 4 columns. And save. Now let's move on to our customer service representatives. As there are multiple modules and sub-options, we recommend starting with full permissions in all 4 columns, then we will remove any options we do not want this user group to have access to. Starting with the dashboard module, we want our customer service reps to be able to view the activity sub-module, but not the pipeline or sales numbers. Let's remove access to those. Now when we collapse the dashboard module, we can see that the checkbox is green, in full color, with a white check mark. This indicates that only some sub-options are selected. In the Tasks module, we can give them access to view and add tasks, but not to edit or delete them. In the Contacts, we can give them access to the whole module, or go as granular as removing access to different fields. For example, we want for them to be able to see who the sales rep is, but not edit it. Contact profiling and account profiling contain custom profiling fields that have been created. Here as well, we can choose to give read and write access, or remove access to specific fields. All modules can be managed similarly. If all access is removed from a module, it will no longer appear in the user's main menu. Once we are ready, click Save. It is very important to note that by default permissions always take precedence over any other user group's access. Taking that into consideration, you can choose to remove all by default permissions, and specifically adjust each user group. Alternatively, if your organization's user groups do not require specific, granular permissions, you can adjust permissions that you wish for all users to have here, in the by default user group.